If only we had the super speed of Sonic. That's me and my mum shopping done in a flash. Sonic the Hedgehog, directed by Jeff Fowler, and is the 2020 live-action movie adaptation of one of the most timeless video game characters in existence, Sonic the Hedgehog himself. So Sonic the Hedgehog tells the story of Sonic, voiced by Ben Schwartz. He has travelled from his realm to Earth, and he now lives in Green Hills in Montana with his human friend Tom and his wife Maddie, though Sonic needs to travel to San Francisco to defeat his arch-enemy Dr. Robotnik, played by Jim Carrey. On the bright side, last year the studio did take notes from the fans' constructive criticism on that shitty teaser trailer, and Sonic's design no longer looks like shit. I always say never rush a movie, and in this case, not rushing this movie and postponing it until 2020 was the right decision to make. Had this movie been released last year with that horrendous design for the character, then it would have been the most pulverized movie of that year, even more so than Cats, because that's how much the character of Sonic means to everybody. And even though I was more of a Mario fan in my childhood, me and my sister and my cousin would literally, whenever we would meet up, playing a Mario Kart on our Nintendos would be our meet-up routine. But I did still play some Sonic, like Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, and I did have a schoolmate who idolised Sonic, so I do know everything about the source material, and I was dreading the idea of a live-action Sonic from the get-go. I still wish this movie was animated, because I still put this on my top 5 least anticipated movies of 2020, even with the hugely rectified and improved design. I still have my skepticism that Sonic could never work in the live action realm. But thankfully, this movie is not going to receive a rant. It's not that bad. I did have fun with Sonic 2020, and as live-action adaptations of video game movies go, this is far from the worst. The worst example would be Hotel Mario from the 90s. We don't even talk about that one, but yeah, at least you can see that Jeff Fowler, he may not have made a perfect Sonic movie. He did try at least, and does have respect for Sonic, unlike Michael Bay, one of Hollywood's worst directors, who never listened to fan criticism about his Transformers movies and just did whatever he wanted with them. And I am beyond thankful for Sonic's entirely necessary redesign. He looks exactly like the animated Sonic that we grew up with. That's what you delay a movie for, to fix things that didn't work out so well initially, like Fantastic Beasts 3 has been delayed till 2021 to make sure it's not rushed. And it's not just Sonic's redesigners who praise about this version of Sonic, but Ben Schwartz as Sonic. Who was I to be so harsh on his voice acting in the teaser trailer? His voice acting in the actual movie is far superior, and I never thought I would buy him as Sonic. Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik or Dr. Eggman. Yeah, this is his best performance since the 2000s Grinch movie. Yeah, Jim Carrey finally returns to form here as he is the wackiest and most animated performance in the entire movie as the villain. While I would have rather Dr. Robotnik to be animated in this movie and have Jim Carrey voice him, Jim Carrey still justifies Dr. Robotnik being live action. Even though this movie does have its even though this movie does have its even though this movie does feel like it's even though this movie does feel like it's exact even though this movie does feel like it's exactly the same movie as the Smurfs, even though this movie does feel like it's the same even though this does feel like it's the exact same movie as the Raja Goshnell Smurfs movies, as it does have an animated character coming into the live action world and interacting with humans. The human characters here, for the most part, were bearable, and did have some decent jokes, especially Tinker Scumper as especially Tinker Scumper as Maddie, Tom's wife, as she is the most underrated human character in this movie. I haven't heard any of the reviews praise or even mention her, and she deserves the praise. I kind of wish she was the character Sonic interacted more with than Tom, because yeah, she has the funniest lines of all the human characters here, and she even has a sweet bond with her sister. Which I wish the movie did focus more on. And even the dog was beyond adorable. Unlike other movies that put animated characters into live action, Sonic does have some charm, and they never ever waste Sonic's super speed in this movie. Sonic in this movie is just as badass as Dasher and Quicksilver. Other characters with this ability, and there is one moment that does that does make you think of the Quicksilver scene in Days of Future Past and X-Men Apocalypse. So visually, this movie is at least more pleasant than I was anticipating, and you know how Dr. Robotnik has drones to do his dirty work. That's similar to how Mysterio had drones in Spider-Man Far From Home. I was just waiting for him to yell, "Fire all the drones now!" Though I can't sit here and lie and pretend everything about this movie is good, I still stand by what I says ever since my rant on that teaser trailer. This would have been far better as an animated movie instead of live action. And as if it was animated, it would have taken place in Sonic's world instead of our world, which is a far more mind-blowing location. And we would have seen Tails, we would have seen Blaze, Sonic's love interest, and even Shadow, Sonic's black counterparts. Heck, they even have Tails' original voice actress in this movie. So yet Tails isn't in this movie for reasons, and the weak link of the human characters is easily Tom, played by James Marsden. Tom and Sonic's relationship fell completely flat, especially in the first act. There is zero chemistry with Tom and Sonic. That's why I rather Sonic was be. I rather Sonic's best pal in this movie was Tom's wife, Maddie, instead. Tom's easily the most boring character, and this plot for a family movie couldn't be more unoriginal. Had this movie took place in a Sonic's origin world, then it could have had a far stronger narrative, a more original narrative, one that's a character as classic as him deserves. There's literally one moment when Tom goes to his phone and all these apps come up, and they are shoving this promotion for pasta down your throats throughout this movie. So I'm like, executive producers, what does all this product placement have anything to do with the character of Sonic? So overall, Sonic is the most mixed bag of a movie I have seen this year. I am happy to say it is at the very least watchable and a harmless family movie for parents to take their kids to see. But of the two blockbusters this February, I would far more recommend Birds of Prey. I give Sonic the Hedgehog 3 stars out of 5. Good movie. Well, thankfully, there hasn't been a single bad movie released this February, thank God. And Billie Eilish just released her Bond theme song for No Time to Die. I'd love to review that song. Well, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And what are your thoughts on Sonic the Hedgehog? Please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. And I'll see you all next time. And remember, movies are us. Bye, guys.